India and Mozambique share a close relationship. We know Indian Prime Minister has been to the country, and we know India increasing its relationship with the larger African continent. With me is the Indian envoy to Mozambique to talk about this relationship amidst the COVID crisis. So, my first question to you is, sir, how both the countries are working together to combat this crisis? How India is helping Mozambique?
Uh, thank you very much, Mr. Sibal, to have me on this program, and also thank you very much for thinking about Mozambique at this hour. As far as the bilateral relations between India and Mozambique are concerned, particularly in this pandemic time, uh, uh, I should tell you that being the pharmacy of the world, our Prime Minister Modi has taken a great initiative of providing healing touch to every country, every continent on this planet by offering medicines all around the world. As we always believe in providing solutions to the global problems and cure to the disease. And this pandemic is no different. And that is the reason why on 3rd June, Prime Minister Modi called President Nyusi of Mozambique to offer our assistance in their fight against the coronavirus. Mozambique, I'm very glad to inform you that Mozambique will soon be receiving medicines from India as our contribution to their fight against the virus. And some of these medicines are like hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin and various other medicines. And the second offer as part of our G20 commitment is providing debt service suspension relief to Mozambique, as we have agreed to provide this relief to all the LDC's countries who are going through this debt stress because of the economic impact of this virus. So these are the two major steps the government of India has taken to provide assistance to Mozambique in this hour. Thank you.
So my second question to you is, you talk about the debt suspension. If you can talk about this and also how India is giving HCQ in terms of quantity also to the African country.
So as far as HCQ is concerned, we have agreed, or we are going to provide 100,000 tablets to Mozambique. And similarly, we have got a list of medicines, like as I said earlier, azithromycin, then cefotaxime, and mannitol, and various other medicines. So this is the quantity that we are going to provide to Mozambique, to the government of Mozambique, perhaps by the end of this month, or maybe early next month. Uh, as far as the debt situation of this country is concerned, uh, uh, Mozambique has a public debt of more than 110% of GDP, which is huge, and Mozambique also had two very bad cyclones in 2019 in the month of March and April. And during that crisis, also we were the first responders. We responded by providing relief to the Mozambican people. Uh, uh, International Monetary Fund in the month of October. I mean, I'm just trying to give you the idea about the economic situation of Mozambique right now. In October last year, International Monetary Fund did a study where they forecasted the GDP growth of Mozambique to be 6%. But because of the pandemic, now the IMF has downgraded that forecast to 2.2% only. So with this kind of debt, public debt level, and lower economic growth, uh, and various other factors like the investment coming from abroad because of the crisis, they may not be able to come now. So that will create a situation in which the Mozambican government may not have that kind of space in their fiscal area and monetary area. So this debt suspension relief that India is going to provide will give them some kind of space for them to operate to provide cure or solutions to the larger Mozambican population in order to meet the needs in this crisis. One example I can give you that a month back, the Mozambican government has promised to its population that they will increase their budget on health sector by 0.1%. So earlier it was 0.2% of GDP. Now they will spend 0.3% of GDP on the health. So they will require the funds. So this relief, in a way, is going to help the Mozambican government to meet that promise. This is, I mean, this public debt. I mean, you may ask me that why, what is India providing loans to Mozambique? So I will say yes, because the loans are not commercial loans; they are concessional loans through Exim Bank of India. And till date, this the stock of the concessional loans between India and Mozambique through Exim Bank has been of the tune of more than 700 million US dollar for various infrastructure projects, and these projects have been helping Mozambique in their growth path. So on account of those concessional loans, they have some debt service commitments. So on those commitments, we have agreed to give relief to Mozambique until the end of this year, that is the 31st of December 2020. So they don't need to pay those obligations in order to enable them to fight against this virus.
Sir, talking about the people there, the Indians there, even the diplomats there, how has been the situation on the ground? Also, talking about the repatriation efforts, we know that India has started a mega repatriation plan. So, are we planning to bring back Indians from Mozambique?
Yeah, so let me first, give you the situation in Mozambique right now. The first coronavirus case was reported in Maputo, the capital city, on March the 23rd. And till date, the total number of cases till yesterday at 5 p.m. Mozambican time is 662 coronavirus cases, and only 4 deaths. So the number of deaths is quite low, and maximum number of cases in one day was on June 6th, with 55 total cases on that particular day. But out of 662, 175 have recovered so far, and so we have only 487 active cases. In the month of April, 2 Indians have also got infected by this virus, but they have fully recovered, and both of them now have negative COVID-19 certificates. Mozambique has done 22,000 tests so far. So, and in the ranking of the coronavirus cases worldwide, Mozambique is placed at 139th position. So the situation in Mozambique on account of the virus is not that bad, with only 0.1 death per million. But in this month, this has been increasing. As I said, on June 6th, the largest number of cases were reported. That was for 55. But as far as the Indians are concerned, we have a large number of Indian community here, close to 3,000 Indians living here. They are Indian passport holders. So ever since the first coronavirus case was reported here in Mozambique, the High Commission of India has made an effort to reach out to every one of them, as we believe in providing service to the Indians all the time. We have started, under this philosophy, we have started a campaign, Consular Services at Your Doorstep in Mozambique, with our motto, High Commission of India, Maputo, at your service all the time. So on March 23rd, we reached out to many Indians, and they told us their first problem was that their visas were expiring very soon. So we reached out to the authorities here in Mozambique, and they have kindly agreed. So through you, I would like to thank the Mozambican government authorities, particularly President Felipe Nyusi and the foreign minister and the home minister, to have taken care of this problem of the Indians who were stranded on account of the total lockdown in India on March 25th. So immediately the authorities resolved their problem. They allowed the Indians to stay here, or they extended their visa until June 30th. So until the end of this month, they have legal permit or legal document to stay here in this document here in this country. And also we created a 24/7 COVID-19 emergency helpline, and that was on March 24th, with 3 officers dedicated for this helpline. Hundreds of calls we have received so far, and the same day we also told them that Government of India has started this help desk, My Government Corona Help Desk WhatsApp number, for any query they have on the virus. And on March 30th, when the government of Mozambique imposed a state of emergency for a month, which is not a total lockdown. It's a kind of partial lockdown, but the international travel is prohibited. The movement around is restricted. So on that day, we have created an online registration platform on Google for Indians in Mozambique to register themselves with the High Commission of India in Maputo. So till date, 2,856 have registered themselves with us, and 144 of them have requested for repatriation to India. And as soon as we received a direction from the Government of India that the flights are charter flights, particularly, can go to India and take these Indians back into India. In the first week of June, we initiated a proposal to have a charter flight from Maputo to India for these 144 so-called stranded Indians who would like to travel to India for compelling reasons. So I'm glad to inform you that with the support of the Indian community, the Indian community here is very, very dynamic. They are very supportive of all the efforts of the High Commission of India. So with the support of the Indian community, particularly the Indian Cultural Association and its president, Mr. Nand Kumar Nair, tomorrow one charter flight will take off from Maputo carrying 100 passengers to Mumbai. They will reach Mumbai on Sunday, and these 100 passengers are not only Indians. There is one Bhutanese national also, and 6 Indians are coming from the neighboring country of Eswatini. So, so tomorrow at around this time, this flight will take off. And I will request you if you can cover this takeoff tomorrow, and if you can speak to the Indians who are going to India on this flight, I would be really very, very pleased if you are able to do that. So these are some of the things that we have been doing till date.
So my last question to you is the role of the Indian community in Mozambique. If you can talk about that as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is a very important question because, for me, the Indian community is the most important card in my ambassadorial toolbox. In my last ambassadorial posting in Senegal until August 2019, I joined here in August 2019, last year. They were the ones behind many positive outcomes for India in the countries where I was the ambassador. I was ambassador to Senegal, but also I was looking after 3 other countries: the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Cape Verde. So here also in Mozambique, I can probably tell you one very interesting information that the Malayali Association in Mozambique helped at least 500 Bihari migrant laborers in March with food and other provisions when those laborers contacted my doctor brother in Patna for help, and when they wanted to leave Kerala for Bihar, and this was in Malapura. And one particular individual who lives here in Maputo, Miss Vidya Vilas, she is a key member of the Malayali Association in Mozambique, contacted the authorities, Kerala government, the district authorities of Malapura, to take care of these laborers for more than a month. They provided food and other provisions to these Bihari laborers. So, this kind of help was not only here in Mozambique, but also this Indian community provides us in India. When we saw this first coronavirus case in Maputo on 23rd of March, immediately I created a WhatsApp group of 10 Indians in order to seek their advice, guidance, and help in case the situation here in Mozambique deteriorates. I'm glad to inform you that we have got, according to me, that is the best 5-star hotel here, Polana Hotel, and the general manager of that hotel, Mr. Abhishek Negi, offered me that in case the Indians needed to be put somewhere, they can go to that hotel and stay there for free. So, and also there is another Indian who is the owner of a hospital here, Sunshine Hospital, and he offered that in case because of this virus, if any Indian needs to be interned or put in the isolation ward, his hospital is always available. So, this kind of offer, gives you, the confidence that, you can do whatever you want, particularly during the crisis. So that's why I keep on telling these Indians that, though I might be the High Commissioner of India, but for me, each one of them is the Indian High Commissioner here in Mozambique. And within that spirit, this flight which is taking off tomorrow, all the Indians, they all have come together, to make sure that those who really want to go to India because of various reasons, because their families are there in India, they don't have money here. So the community is providing money. The community is trying to organize everything, and for the last, since March 25th, I really, through you, I would like to thank the Indian community in Mozambique and the Indian community anywhere in the world. They are the real ambassadors of India, and with their support, I think nothing is impossible. Not even this virus can stop us. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION, talking about the measures India has been taking so that its citizens can come home, and also about the debt relief to the country with which India has been engaging at the highest level in last few years.